I'm going.
Because let's say that the initiative doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And nothing really happens with it, but then we relaunch something when we're a lot older. We'll have records.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
We'll literally have records of podcasts we did when we were younger to sort of call back on.
But I mean, the idea of this to me is that everything's gonna work out, and it'll be cool to have these episodes after we're famous to like show people stuff. Not famous, that's not the goal, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
After we're recognized.
Well, we'll see. You know.
That's why I wanted to start it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like doing them.
Yeah, it's fun.
If I didn't enjoy doing them, the actual making of them,
yeah,
I don't think they'd be good.
Ooh.
That's wild. Is it a good shot?
I can't really tell. No.
That's not. Hey, let me see.
But this might be.
Are you gonna zoom in? This is so jank. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. You want to just do the one shot?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just going. Just keep going.
Okay.
Well,
thanks for the coffee.
no problem. Okay, so anyways, I was saying you have the ability to go all in on something and have a backup plan. Like, you know that acting could be something that doesn't last but leads you to the next thing, which I feel like you kind of have, like, the next thing is like your plan B, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
well,
and you talked to me about various different things you could do with your acting skill set that isn't necessarily being in TV shows or movies.
Right. It's true. I mean, majoring in it, it's just an undergrad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can decide after 4 years at Columbia College that I want to be a lawyer.
Right.
And apply to law school.
Yeah.
And do that. And it's like, I wouldn't have wasted any time.
No.
Or I wouldn't have saved any time by majoring in something else, because it's just an undergrad.
Right.
So there's things you can do with it afterwards. And that's sort of how I justify it to myself. I don't even have to justify it to my parents. They've been on board. Yeah. But I have to justify it to myself, because otherwise I already get doubtful. You know? Like a lot.
Everyone does when you're doing like risky stuff. You
right.
know?
Because it's numbers, you know? Like, it's just, like with businesses, 99% will fail. And that's a fact. It will. You can say whatever you want. You can back it up with, you know, your character. Like, oh, I'm gonna keep going. I'm never gonna give up. That's great. But 99% will fail. Yeah. And that's a number that is bigger than you, and it's bigger than everyone because it's just a fact. Okay. You know? Yeah. But it's like everyone, you know, with that analogy, people who have successful businesses, that's not their first business. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's something like Gary Vee said. Well,
I mean, that's a pretty broad thing to say, but like,
of course. But like, I'm just saying, like,
I think people, like, the ones who succeed have done entrepreneurial things. Like,
yeah, it's just not their first try. No one makes it on their first try. No. And so how that applies to me and you kind of is like, you can't really, like, the numbers are working against you.
Always.
They are.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can reframe it in your mind to say, oh, no, I can guarantee that I'll be successful in this.
What? That's funny because I just feel the opposite way, you know?
Yeah, well, that's, like, yeah, I guess.
I mean, like, you look at like, I think 99% of businesses fail. Whatever, that's true, probably.
I heard it from Gary.
Yeah.
It might not be true, but it's a staggering majority.
A ton of businesses fail.
Absolutely.
But how many of the businesses that fail, like, were people that, like, were like, I'm going to start selling this, tried it for 2 months, and it didn't take off, and then they stopped. Like,
it's a lot.
That's, like, probably, like...
It's a lot.
Half of those.
Well,
so let's take off those half, right?
That's a made-up... But sure, there's a lot like that.
Like,
who want to start an online business selling T-shirts, and then they realize that it's not what they thought it was going to be, and they stop.
Yeah.
Which is the smart call.
I was, like, trying to sell workout plans last year. So a year ago, I was trying to sell workout plans, and but at first, I just did all these for free. And I did them all for free, and I was like...
Which is the smart way to do it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, so I've done this. I want to start selling them.
Mm-hmm.
But then a bunch of stuff got in the way. Like I didn't have a personal training license, which was going to be $2,000, which I didn't have.
Right.
Or
well,
wanna
and you have to
spend-
take the class
Yeah.
with NASM. I'm probably going to do that, by the way.
I'm thinking about doing that for college.
Yeah, over the summer. I was going to do it.
Yeah, it just depends though. But and then I was like, well, I don't have that, so I don't want to get into some like tricky lawsuit if someone gets injured working out on my program. Or,
Right.
And then, so that I kind of stopped that there. But now it's like the video thing, like that's working so far, you know.
Sure.
It can't work how it's working now forever because I'm only one person, but like, it's just that constant evolution, like the growth.
Sure.
It will. I don't see anything as a long-term like safety thing. I think it's good to just change.
Yeah.
Keep changing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
One thing I'm super nervous about is, I just keep getting reminded of, is if you're going to go be an actor, you're just unemployed for a living, right? You go from job to job, you know.
Yeah, just a bunch of contract work.
Right. You're in a business of millions of independent contractors who all want the same thing, and many of them are working as hard, if not harder, than you. So when you think about that, it's really discouraging. So you have to sort of focus on the elevating aspects of it in order to keep your mind in the right place.
Yeah.
So you keep wanting to do it.
Okay.
You know? It's not like all the people who fail are. I think a lot of the people who stop should want to stop, and they should stop because it sucks, you know. And that could very well be me, but I think, and this goes for anything, I believe. My philosophy is if you enjoy it, then do it.
Yeah.
If you can, and not everyone can, and that sucks. But if you can, you should. If you enjoy it and you're good at it and you want to get better, you know.
Mm-hmm. My philosophy, kind of, as it pertains to that, is like, I was kind of saying this earlier, but I got sidetracked. Like, a lot of the people that set out to do things give up way too early, and that's a big chunk of that huge percent that fail.
Sure.
But then you look at the people who succeed, and it's like they just rode the way, like they played the long game,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked for them over a long period of time. Like,
sure.
I just saw this post on Instagram that it was like Drake, Jay-Z, and Kanye, nobody wanted them.
Yep.
2 Chainz was Titty Boy, and then that name failed, so he went as 2 Chainz, and then he started succeeding. Like, all these rappers, like a couple of them didn't break till they were 30.
Yeah.
And it's like, so just...
You know Bill Burr, the comedian?
I do.
Love him. You know, didn't get big until he was in his 40s.
Yeah.
He started doing comedy, and he just kept doing it.
Right.
Because he liked it.
You enjoy...
He enjoyed it.
You don't... Unless you have your big breaks super early,
Mm-hmm.
before you even know that you're in love with the craft, I feel like most people succeed from passion.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
absolutely.
Like, I was thinking about this earlier today, like, I'm so knee deep in the hype video. Like, it's just like, because I'm passionate about it and I want to, like, prove how good I am at making videos. Like, I'm sure for you, like, it would be a dream to be like, we have this role for a movie, and it's like a really deep character that you have to like change your life. Like, wouldn't that be a dream to you?
That's everyone's dream. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Absolutely.
I want to just dive into this project, and it's not even about like, I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
It's not about the views I'm gonna get.
Sure.
It's just like, I want to just like be invested in something, and now I feel like once I'm done being invested in it,
Mm-hmm.
like once I put it out, it's gonna be like, I might even like get depressed.
Yikes. Unless you have another
Like,
project lined up.
So it's funny because I was thinking about that last night, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a music video next, and then I texted my friend Zaire, he's a rapper, and we've been talking about doing a video for a while.
He should
And
be on the. He
yeah,
should be on the podcast.
I agree, but
Pretty soon.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit you by this day in March, like March 30th, and we'll start planning a video. Cause like I just am hooked on it, like being in the deep in the creative process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's something I'm trying to do as well.
Yeah.
It's just hard. The hardest part for me is because like, professionally, the only aspect I have to work on is the performance. And if I was to do it, like self-create, make my own stuff, then obviously I have to wear a lot more hats. You know, I have to be a writer, which I like. I like the writing part. But like, you know, the filming and everything and the putting it together. So like, for me to make videos or whatever, you know, method I'm going to use, whatever medium, it's intimidating right now. Because the part I'm most excited about is obviously the performance and the building of, you know, the story and everything. But that is a goal for me, is to find a way to sustain creating my own work. Because that way, if there's periods like right now, which is a complete ebb, like, you know, there's the ebb and flow, right? This is the ebb. Nothing's happening. Radio silence. And I'm just worried, like, I need to be doing more. I need to be doing more. And there's a limit to what I actually can do to actually create change, create motion. There's a limit. I've been accepted to the college I want to go to. All I have to do is commit there. But, like, you know, I'm just focused on the steps I need to take. If I were to find a way to sustain creating my own work, that I'd be able to stay in the creative process for forever.
Have you personally ever gotten, like, deeply invested into a project before, where you're like, you know, in like a flow state for like a month at a time or something? That's what I'm in right now.
Not for a month, because it's like, when I have had that, it's been for moments at a time. So with, like, I have it when it's like, when I'm actually doing the work and I'm like doing the scene or the piece or whatever, when I'm actually, you know, performing it. Either, you know, in a rehearsal process or in the real thing. That's pretty awesome. In an audition, that's pretty awesome. That's the flow for me. And I'm not constantly doing that, so it happens in moments. When I'm lucky, when it even happens. You know?
The reason I'm asking is because that new movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, they made like a documentary about like the making of that movie, and a lot of it was about the guy like who played Freddie Mercury. Rami something. And it's like, I thought of you while watching this documentary because
he's really cool. He's really cool. Like the actor.
Like
he's
he turned himself into Freddie Mercury.
Like and you know, that's a cliche in the acting world, like method acting and turning into a.
I don't even know.
Into the I know. And to be honest, I don't really know that much about it either, like all the details and stuff. But the point is, like, I like to think about it so much, you know, simpler than that. You know, people, like the general public, gets super impressed with people who like are method actors who fully become the role and like stay in character, because it's pretty cool. That's a cool concept.
He didn't do that, but it was just.
I know, but like the bottom line.
It's extreme, and people like.
People love seeing artists, creators, athletes go all in, because that's what they want to do themselves. So when they see other people do it, it's exciting. Oh wow, you know, Christian Bale stayed in character as, you know, like he's an Australian guy, I'm pretty sure, or has a British accent. I don't even know what accent he has, because when he develops an American accent, he speaks in that dialect for months. That's crazy. Before, during, and after the production of the film.
Why after?
Because I don't think he has much of a choice. It's like automatic. You know how you don't think about your accent when you speak? He doesn't either.
That's crazy.
He's just turned on this. I don't know. I'd love to ask him about it. But to him, that's a minor detail. The accent, the dialect, that's minor. The deep stuff, the real important stuff that takes time and energy and concentration, that's like, you know, everything else.
It's kind of cool though, because at least for me, what I've noticed is like I can turn the flow state on by just like starting.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, can you though? It's a feeling.
Yeah, but like.
You can't just turn on the flow. It comes to you, right?
Well, like you have, like before February, I was like saying, like February is the month of the hype video. Like that's what's happening.
Okay.
And so like just like sectioning off that chunk of time.
Yeah.
Or this chunk of time, I should say, because we're still in it. Like, once I just like started laying down clips in audio, it was like, whoa, like at school, I'll plug in headphones and I'll start editing in class. Like, Abby's over, and I'm just like, yo, I really want to edit right now, and then I just edit, and it's like I just like can't think about anything else, and I got into that state of mind when I was vlogging all the time, I got into the state of mind when I was like a year ago when I started like thinking about starting a business. Like, I got into that state of mind when I knew I wanted to make the baseball team sophomore year.
Okay.
It's just like, I know I think deadlines are very, now that I think about it, there's always like a deadline for when I get into these states. Because that's kind of motivating. Like, I need to I want this done by like the
that's a
season,
really
so.
good thing to know about yourself.
Yeah.
Because that means when you're on your own and you're doing it without people giving you deadlines. Well, actually, you will sometimes have deadlines.
Yeah.
But if you're able to give yourself that structure, I mean, that's just giving you a huge advantage.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I need a lot of structure. I can't just go and loosely do it. I think most people are like that. You know, I can't think of like really anyone who would just, with a project or something they need to do, will just go out and do it without any concept of when it needs to be done, and they're just relaxed about it and they do it. Deadlines, structure, strict timelines that you have no control over and are just given to you, very, very helpful.
For me, I want that, but I don't have that. Like, I'm just editing whenever I can. You know what I mean? Like, I want to create a structure for myself, but I don't really work well within, because I'll get so deep in like the flow state that.
What?
Like,
okay, I'm sorry. Can we talk about that for a second? Because I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Would describe what the flow is like for you, because that's a really, I think that's such a pretentious word. The flow state.
Yeah, true.
I'm getting in the flow. I'm an artist. Not to bash anyone who says that, but I think that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta, let's come up with synonyms for that, right? You get in the zone. Some people call it the zone.
The zone.
For athletes, it's when they're focused. You know, when you're just on a roll, you're going.
Well, here's how I'll describe it. When I'm working super hard.
Yeah.
Because and I want to be.
Okay.
And I look forward to getting back into the point where I'm like okay, here's like I'll be editing, and I'm challenging myself.
Yeah.
So there's like a climb aspect to it. Like, I'm trying to level up. You know. So like, it's easy in this when I'm doing this project because it's by far the most technical and hardest like editing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
So it's easy when I'm just editing and I'm like doing these things that I'm just learning how to do now, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. Let me go to this and get this clip and put it here and do this to it.
Yeah.
I've never done that before. This is so cool. But it's hard and challenging. But it's a level of challenging where like it's not too difficult that I burn out, and it's very rewarding. So it's like it's just a perfect balance, and then I'm doing it, and it's like enjoyable. It's an enjoyable challenge, and it's benefiting me. I can't.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's I think the first good sign is when you can't describe it because it's a feeling, and you can't really ever describe a feeling. How does it feel to be angry? Yeah. I don't know. I'm pissed off. No. Tell me how it feels. You can't describe a feeling. So my theory is when you're in the flow, you are close to losing yourself in it. And the reason that artists or whoever enjoy doing their craft, you know, baseball players, painters, musicians,
actors,
performance artists, anyone who can ever say that they're in the flow or the zone, they do it because they found a way to lose themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there have been moments, I'm guessing, both recently and in the past, where you've lost yourself in a video.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the best part. That's why you do it again.
Yeah. Because
and it's also why the people who go in for the success, it's why they fail. Because they don't lose themselves in it, or they don't get close to that.
Or they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right. That's what that is.
Like, when you're motivated by it, like if I was motivated by like a check, I don't think I could get.
Of course not. Because you're not losing yourself.
No,
You're not. When you're in the flow, you lose touch of what the check means in the context of your work. Yeah. Right?
Like, I'm not getting paid for this, and I'm more into it than any paid video I've ever done.
Absolutely, and that's a great sign that it's likely going to be better than any other things you've done, potentially for money. There was a time, I mean, there have been moments where, like, I've been in a scene with someone, and I've lost myself. Not fully, but you're a lot more free to, and that's what it's all about. You know.
Yeah. It's just like,
that's what it's all about.
it's like it feels like everything's just like the stars are aligning.
Maybe.
Of, and just like, well, for me at least,
That's
it
an
feels
interesting
just
way
like
to say it.
it's like out of body experience, like kind of like I'm watching myself. It's like I'm out of my body feeding my body ideas, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, kind of.
That's pretty trippy.
A little bit.
That's awesome, man.
And so that's why it's hard to like have a structure.
Yeah.
Because I don't, like, if I had 12 hours.
Yeah.
And enough footage to edit for 12 hours, I wouldn't want to get up. Like, I wouldn't want to be like, all right, from 8 to 12, I'm editing, and then I'm going to go to the gym. No, like, I'd just not want to get up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And it wouldn't be burning out. I think you burn out when the reward stops being, so like
you've only got so much fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is a muscle. It does exhaust.
Yeah.
You only have so much. It can't be sustained forever.
Yeah.
My example, my biggest role model in the craft, right? For you, it's Casey Neistat or
Right.
Travis Scott,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even, which is interesting because he's not in your craft,
No.
right? But that's really
But
cool.
I'm so inspired by
Sure.
his like work.
His process. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of mine, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh.
He's an actor. He played Lincoln in Lincoln.
Oh yeah, he's good.
And he's been in my favorite movie, There Will Be Blood. He's the Jesus Christ of acting in my mind.
Okay.
I love watching him. I learn so much just from watching him do the work.
Yeah.
He understands, and he said this in interviews, that he only has so much stamina during the workday. So he has to, while losing himself in it, while being in the flow,
Yeah.
while giving himself up entirely to the work, which is why he's so good, because he gives himself up to it.
Yeah.
He still, in the back of his mind, has to have an understanding of how much he's got left, how he's going to sort of, ration it out throughout the day, how to pace himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's aware of that. So it's interesting that, like, you can't fully lose yourself, because that's insanity.
I think it's a maturity.
Well, you probably learn it over time.
Yeah.
I feel it, like, there's only so much you can give. You do have to pace yourself.
Totally.
Because otherwise you burn out so super quickly. It's like at the
Yeah.
gym. It is exactly the way
Gym
training your muscles
Yeah.
are. Because
Yeah.
you go in, you're hyped to be there. Maybe you're a little too hyped, right?
Sometimes you're not, but
Let's say you're super hyped.
Yeah.
You start going hard. You don't stop. You go too fast. You're burned out 10 minutes into your workout. You feel you're pumped, right?
Mhm.
But you can't. You're exhausted.
yeah.
And you've maxed out too early because you went too hard too fast. You're not
Yeah.
pacing yourself.
And you didn't get the most out of it because, yeah.
So
The gym mirrors all aspects of life, in my opinion.
Really?
There's always you can take anything from the gym, and
Really?
yeah, I think the most growth I've had as a person came in like the year and a half, 2 years that I just dedicated myself to the gym. And
Wow.
I don't know. It's
That's
hard.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I learned it because at first I didn't have any creative outlets, so like I could channel my energy into like bodybuilding.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I think any fitness professional
Totally.
finds the flow in that.
Yeah.
Which is why if someone were to come up to you and say, I want to find somewhere to channel creative energy, any energy,
Gym.
the gym is the best place to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think so. Right
You
away.
It's the most bang for your buck, I'd say.
Right. I mean, for
yourself.
it's the easiest thing to go into.
Yeah.
Right, because there's the difficulties of changing
Right.
your habits and stuff, but in terms of finding an outlet, finding a place to channel your
Yeah.
energy, you can't. Otherwise, the other option is, okay, go try this art, go try this craft. What do you like?
Mhm.
You're just shooting in the dark. But the gym or working out, whatever,
Yeah.
that's something everyone needs,
Yeah.
and that benefits everyone by doing it.
Yeah.
Get
And it physically benefits you, mentally benefits you.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, like, anyone can say, okay, I'm going on the elliptical for 35 minutes,
Mhm.
and it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge that's not too easy, and it's not impossible, and it's just, I'm gonna be able to push the needle just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get that post-workout high, and it's gonna become addicting. And in the process, like, I get this a lot when I run,
Yeah.
which is why I run.
Well,
And why I can't wait to start running again, because like it's hard, and then you just kind of get past that hump where it's super hard, and then you're in. You're just like, it's
Wow.
like meditative, and then it's like before you know it, you're done, and something takes you out of the flow state, and it's like, all right, we're done today.
Mm-hmm.
We're done. Like, you can you can put that anywhere.
Sure.
I was gonna say that, like, something will take you out of it, I think, naturally. Like, let's say you're acting, you're on set, you're really into it.
That's a little bit different because it's at least on set. I mean, it's not up to you. You know, you have the least control.
Yeah.
That's not true. But it's not up to you. Your job is to be there and do what you have to do on everyone else's schedule.
But let's say let me give you an example. This is how I would imagine it goes. You're doing a scene and it's flowing super well, and you're in that zone, and this is going on for 20 minutes, let's say, like you're
on and off.
Yeah, on and off. Yeah, but you're mentally there. Like,
yeah.
All right, cut, change, whatever. We're gonna do this angle. Go again, and you're just it's like you're a spinning motor waiting to be, pressing the gas, and then all of a sudden someone messes it up, and then you're taken out. Could something like that happen? Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know.
No, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty much how it goes a little bit.
And then you can't. Just
Ideally, you don't want to be taken out by that. You sort of want to have more control over when you're in and when you're out of focused, really, really concentrated energy.
Yeah.
That sounded so gross to me. Oh God, I hated saying
concentrated energy.
just like all these like spiritual kind of guru terms. Look, here's the bottom line for me.
Go to the gym.
It's well, yeah, or whatever. Like for me, okay. Speaking of fitness, I've been completely out of it. Like,
yeah.
And it's not even like I'm unmotivated. It just hasn't been an interest lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't burn out. It just the interest has not been there.
Yeah.
Which is a problem because it kind of needs to be a part of your life.
Well.
So then your job is to find the way to make it fun.
Right.
And sustainable.
Right. That's the other thing about motivation, is that motivation is like the honeymoon period of love. You know what I mean? It's like the really fun, like, super engaging, like every moment of this, like when the first couple months you're in the gym, it's like you're honeymooning with the gym.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Most people don't. I mean, they.
Like if you know what I mean.
I understand. For me, it's like when I'm on my laptop and I'm not even close to working out. That's when motivation hits. Super inconvenient.
Really?
Yeah. So like what I've been wanting to do, because I'm someone that like I crave sustainability and stability, right? Being able to count on habits to stay there.
You're preaching.
That's what I want. But unfortunately, those habits are not there right now. And so my goal for the rest of this year, school year, before going into college, and then I have summer to sort of refine them, is to build those habits.
Yeah.
And for me, that means like in my perfect world, I'd like to wake up, drink some water, make coffee, and work out in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Just get it done.
Get it done, and find a way to enjoy it even then. But I can't even imagine that really happening because when I wake up, I just don't want to be awake.
The thing that you like this is,
and everyone's like that.
Yeah.
I'm not special for
no
that, but it's like I'm just saying that's going to be a very difficult habit to build.
Yeah, but
I want to
gotta do
what
like. And it's easier said than done. Like I know
it's
because
just
I'm trying to do it right now.
Yeah.
In terms of getting up early, just get out of bed.
Yeah.
When your alarm wakes up, don't go snooze it.
Right.
Just literally like get up, turn on your bedroom light, and just walk out of your bed.
I know.
And like sit on a couch or something.
The interesting thing, well, not sit on a couch. That would
whatever.
Screw me up.
Or
I'd
actually,
fall asleep on the
you
couch.
know what works for me?
What?
Starting to make coffee.
Yeah.
Just right away. Because then you're engaging in something that's outside of you.
And it's a simple thing.
Yeah.
I think another good thing is making your bed. That's what.
Interesting.
A lot. Yeah. This is not my speech.
No.
I learned this from maybe it was like a TED talk.
Yeah.
How the benefits of
making your bed.
Absolutely.
It gives you purpose in the morning.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, he convinced me right then and there. Did I start doing it? No.
No.
I of course did not.
But the idea is very beautiful.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm going to be doing something as like terrible for my, like, it's going to hurt so, like, waking up and working out first thing in the morning, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be fun.
No.
I might as well start off by making my bed, because that's better
Yeah.
in comparison to, like, jumping on the pull-up bar and getting a bunch of reps in, because that's what it's going to be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen in my room the bar I installed in my closet frame?
Yeah.
I did that in order, like, a couple of years ago, in order to just, like, basically have a gym in my room.
Right.
But I barely used it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's also tough because, like, it's not the ideal setup.
No.
Like, for example, you hang super low to the ground.
Right.
But you can still get reps in, and I think it's a good reintegration into fitness. Because I've been completely off it for months. Literal months, dude.
Dude, same, honestly.
Months. But, I mean, without, like, consistently being either in the gym or working out on a consistent basis.
Yeah. I admire people who can just, like, have the same habit for, like, 5 years. Like, there's this guy, Jocko Willink, every single morning, 4:30, 4:45, out of bed, works out right away.
Yeah.
Like, how?
That's, I mean, because here's the thing.
Like, I could do that for 3 months.
Right. There's, like, the number that says how long it takes to build a habit, right? And all you have to do is survive that time period before you're not thinking about it anymore, right?
True.
So just, like, think about the habits you have right now that you don't need to think about, that you just do.
Like sleeping in.
Yeah, so the problem is I don't even think I have any. Like, I don't think I have a single habit.
Me too. I agree.
Everything is dependent on the day, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that at all.
Last week was the week I wanted to get back into my fitness thing.
Yeah.
But I've decided that this week is the new week because last week failed.
Dude, I've been on that for months.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being real. Like, everyone always documents their successes, but this has been, and I've had a few successes in the last year, minor and bigger, but this has been the colossal failure of senior years. I've just lost a good deal of healthy habits to stress and rapid change.
Dude.
You know? So that's why we got to build them now so that when the period of rapid change of going into college happens, we at least have that.
We have those. Yeah.
Right.
No, dude.
You know what I mean? Because then you can at least go into your day feeling strong. If you were to wake up, make your bed, have your outfit ready, train, shower, have coffee, eat breakfast before you do your day, I mean, you've won the day in my mind.
Yeah, like you're.
It's
like getting a 5-second head start on a race. That's like
more than 5 seconds.
Well, like in racing terms, that's like.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Like Mr. Fisher, right? A teacher of ours. He, one of the best mentors in my life right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's cool.
He always talks about winning the day.
That's
he talks
so
about
true.
winning the day.
Yeah.
And for him, I think it's a larger task than it would be for me. I mean, for me, that's wake up at the time I said I was going to wake up, right? That's planned ahead of time.
So much harder than people think.
Yeah. Oh, and then also like having that time stay the same consecutively for days in a row, at least during the week, school or work week. Make my bed, or some small task that I can win at.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing of making your bed first thing in the morning. He said it's something simple that you can win at first thing in the morning. You can't screw it up. You do it. It's done. You did it. You started your day with a dub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so true.
So that's why I want to do it. Anyway, train somehow, find a way. I've done it before, and
You used to be on that.
For periods of a time.
But is it sustainable for you?
Because the thing is, I never made it through the period of time to develop a habit. I didn't.
Okay.
If I was to make it through that much time, I don't know what it is exactly. It's like, it's a little more than a month probably, is my guess.
Interesting.
Let's say 2 months.
I think it's 21 days.
No, it's got to be more than that.
And then 90 is like the permanent thing. Like 21.
Okay, well let's say 90 then.
Once you get past 21, you're like.
In it.
You're like, it's looking good. 90, I think, is like.
So let's say 90.
Yeah.
Let's say 90. That's 3 months.
That's now until summer.
Facts.
We graduate.
That's right. That's okay.
What the hell, man?
Okay, sure. Yeah, so 90 days. That means imagine how dope it would be if by summer you had a habit that benefited you monumentally on a daily basis, right?
I'd like to get.
And on a weekly and monthly basis, because compounded effort yields amazing results long term, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just going into summer rocking it because you know how to win the day.
Yeah.
First thing in the freaking morning.
Yeah. I'd love to go into summer and college, not trying to get my habits back. Like,
Right.
I'd
Yes,
love to have
exactly.
them now. Like,
Exactly. And the thing is, like, it just, the way I'm going to do it is just find a way to make it not suck as much. Like, if I need to sacrifice the intensity or the, like I'm taking consistency over intensity 100% for building the habit.
So you want to train first thing in the morning?
I do. Absolutely.
Over the
I
summer?
Do. Yeah.
Instead of like 8 in the morning? Like,
I want to do it first thing.
okay.
I want to do it first thing. The time doesn't matter as much, but the timing in relation to my daily activities, that does matter. I want it to be wake up, I'm like stretching a little bit, I get dressed in workout clothes or whatever I'm going to train in. I want that to be distinct. You know, I don't want to just train in whatever I'm wearing. I want to have so I can separate the mindset during training from the mindset during the day. You know, sort of compartmentalize that.
Okay.
Right? Get dressed, make coffee so I can drink it during the workout so I have something to enjoy.
Huh.
Right? Don't shower first. I can't, not going to shower first.
Wow,
Shower is the reward for the workout. So there's your incentive. But you also need something to keep you breathing while you're working out in the morning. Because for me, it's going to be body weight training. I'm not going to run, and I'm not going to do any weights in the morning. It's going to be, push-ups.
Lifting, I think any resistance training would suck first thing in the morning.
It does. I've done it before.
Like,
I've done the workout where I get out of bed and I jump on the pull-up bar and then I do dips on my bed and then I do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. I've done that.
It sounds
It
awful.
wasn't as terrible. I'm not remembering it as being
one of those
super
things,
terrible.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that's like sounds really bad, but then when you do it, it's like, oh, this isn't that bad, and then
I know you need a really good warm-up.
Right.
Because not only are you going to hurt yourself if you jump right in, but it's also like then the workout itself is going to suck because you can't just jump to 100%. So like in my mind, the workouts are going to be short and they're going to be constant. So it's going to. I wanted to do sort of like 7-day training for a long time now.
Just every single
day something. Right? Because that way, and the proven benefits of that are that then you don't have off days. If you have a day where you're not working out and you associate that as an off day, your nutrition habits are more likely to fail. Mm-hmm. Your sleeping habits are more likely to fail because it's an off day. I'm not training. Why should I care? If you're training 7 days a week and it's sustainable so you're not like burning out, hurting yourself, every day is an on day. You drink the right amount of coffee. You eat the right amount of food, the right kinds of food you're on for that day.
True.
And that's my goal.
That's why cheat days are so dangerous.
They're so
I like to have a cheat meal.
Cheat meal is much better.
In theory, I love having a cheat day.
Sure.
Like
and you
during
can.
the day.
There's room for it.
Today's a cheat day.
Is it?
I've had cheat days every day for like 2 months.
I'm glad you're saying that because so have I.
Yeah.
And it's been
I'm
shitty.
Remember how I lost 30 pounds?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much the same weight I was. There's probably like 7 or 8 pounds of muscle that I gained in there.
That's okay. All right.
5.
5. Well,
7 or 8 would be impressive.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh man.
But okay, so
I'm 212 pounds.
You're 212 pounds.
I was 217 when I started losing, and I got to like 187.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my god, dude! If I could just, I'm gonna get to 195.
I don't think you should say that. I'm gonna come out and say I don't think you should say that. I don't think that's the right mindset at all. Setting goals is great, but right now you and me have a common problem. And I think there's a common solution.
Okay.
It's super easy for me to say, okay, by summer I want to be this level of aesthetic, right? Maybe this weight. I've never been super concerned with weight, but maybe sort of this way. I want to be able to do this many reps. That works most of the time, but right now our problem is not with goal setting. It's with habit maintenance.
That's so true.
Right? So let's make a goal. Yeah, so I say we go habit centric.
Okay.
Right? And that you can't plan for. You just have to start doing it and hold yourself accountable to it. Do the habit. If you do it to a lesser degree, but you still do it, that's good because that's maintaining consistency.
Yeah.
So that means like on a Wednesday, I'm super tired because I was up late the last night. Tuesday was maybe a shitty day, right? I wake up on Wednesday. I do not want to train. I just have to go through the motions basically and challenge myself a little bit in the training. Right? So maybe I'm not going to go all out and PR on, reps or whatever I'm measuring myself
You're
with.
just gonna get some.
I just want to. My goal will be go through the motions, do it, challenge myself a little bit, so I can still sort of get the benefits. But it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be close to perfect. We just need the damn habits.
Okay.
We need the habits. We do, because once we have the habits, then we can set goals, right?
Yeah.
If you have the habit and it's there and you can rely on it, then you can say, okay, I want to be 195 by this time, and I can count on that happening because I have the habit established.
Cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
That's sort of how I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, because dude, I've gotten to points where like I think a habit is permanent, and then I take like one day off because I think the habit is permanent. So it's like the habit's permanent.
Right. Yeah.
Now I've earned this time off.
I do the same thing.
And then I just fall right back into it.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I cheat myself just like that because like, I got it.
Yeah. I've always been very similar.
Yeah. You know what's so pathetic is sometimes I won't even do it. I'll just say, okay, I've got a plan. I can chill out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone does that, and I do it. I've been doing it for months.
Yeah, that's
right for months at a time. And I'm, it's not that serious. Like I'm healthy, I'm doing fine. Yeah. But it's like I'm not really where I want to be.
Right.
I could be doing better, and I'm working below my potential, and that's no bueno, right? So
yeah,
it's like you have to be habit based. If you're not habit based in your thinking and you're going goal based right now, my concern is it's going to be like, all right, fucking good luck, go do it, right? I want to be 195 by this time. All right, great. How are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you come up with a plan. I'm going to work out at this time every day.
It's just a habit.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
It's a plan, and it's not something that's in your body that you do automatically. But if we start doing it with something as simple as a morning routine, everything else will follow. So
yeah, you know what makes it really hard though?
What?
Winter.
Does it? If you're going outside, yeah.
Me, it's so hard.
I think it's not.
Because you wake up and it's dark out, and then it's like, fuck this. I hate anything that isn't sunlight and warmth. So it's cold and dark out when I wake up.
I get.
Can I just go back to bed?
Right.
Because I'll wake up and I'll be in my warm bed, and then the sun will be shining through my windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
And then it's like, oh, I gotta shower, and I don't want to take a cold shower, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about training is if you work up a sweat, a cold shower sounds decent, even in winter.
I need like a little warmth. I don't need it, but I want it.
Well, okay, so I think the way to do is you have to address that. I think you absolutely have to consider that when you're practicing the routine, actually doing it.
Yeah.
Not planning for it, when you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I need some warmth. Great. I'm going to put on way more layers than I need to imitate the feeling of warmth while I'm moving around, making the coffee, getting set up, right?
True.
For the routine.
Yeah.
And then you get hot. You'll get hot, right?
Mm.
And then you're taking layers off and you're getting ready to go. That's just an example.
Yeah.
So for me, it'll be, okay, I don't want to get up. The hardest thing I have to do is get out of bed. So my phone's on the other side of the room. The alarm goes off. Boom, I'm out of bed to turn the alarm off. Lights on while I'm at it. Go to the bathroom. Go upstairs. Drink some water. Make some coffee. Make my bed, right?
Yeah.
I've already done 3 things. Super simple things. Take about 30 seconds each, right?
Yeah.
But I've just done 3 things instead of 0 things. And going into a workout, you're much more likely to perform well if you've done some things versus 0 things. Can't get out of bed and just go into a workout, which I've done before. It sucked. It's never gone well. Ever. Not once.
Huh.
But if you've already done a couple things, maybe even you add some other things to the list first. Make a lunch, right?
Yeah.
Your brain is more awake. You're ready to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I think making the coffee does.
Absolutely.
I used to have a routine. I'd get right out of bed about 5:45. I did this every day from like a year ago till like October.
Sure.
So like a long time.
Yeah.
Get out of bed, make the coffee right away. It's now 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Go like watch some YouTube.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know why, but I feel like watching YouTube is like this like amazing thing to be doing with my time, but it's really
I know. I do the same thing. I
feel like, okay, I'm gonna learn something.
I delude myself like that as well.
Knee deep into like
you're right.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Like,
you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But it's so easy and so fun to do.
Yeah.
I'm helping myself. I'm learning. I'm self-educating.
No,
I'm an entrepreneur. Shut the
I'm just
hell up.
watching Steph Curry
Right.
3-point shots.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think watching things first thing in the morning is not what you want to be doing. I mean, obviously, you know?
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, if you can break things down to, like, incentive, how you're going to get through. So, like what Mike Vacanti does, another one of my great mentors, I think for both of us.
Yeah.
He will do something that sucks with something he enjoys. It sounds super simple. It sounds like something you'd say to a 5-year-old, but it works. He has to do some foam rolling, right, to loosen up. That sucks. It's painful. So he'll watch Game of Thrones while he does it. And that way, he doesn't have time where he's just watching Game of Thrones. He's doubling it up with something that sucks that he has to do, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to spend time in the morning just drinking coffee and watching YouTube. I do that as well in the morning. I will literally wake up early so I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I just wasted 45 minutes.
Right. I'm so glad that I'm not the only one. I will make extra time in the morning to do jack shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it also, to me, it feels good to just be awake early.
Yeah.
Instead of getting out of bed at 7,
right,
showering. Now it's 7:15.
Yeah.
I leave the house at 7:30.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
And then I'm at school and it's like I haven't had coffee yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still, like, the hormones of being asleep haven't gone back to their hiding place. You know?
Right.
Just like all that. And then it's first period, I'm in leadership.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, you know, like, it's just not
I got you.
good. But I've gotten a little soft, I think.
Really?
Yeah. And I think, I think it could be, like, honestly, like, a lot of things went right for me first semester.
Sure.
And then winter hit.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
just a bad time.
I've definitely gone soft.
So it's just like
I've definitely gone so soft.
Yeah.
Like soft as a fucking marshmallow.
Yeah. Let's just this podcast is us getting all that out of our system.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
And it's senioritis.
Oh,
if I had to give it a name, it's that. I mean, this is the first
like
semester.
The lottery.
Right.
We're out of public school.
I haven't won the lottery, but I'm having those symptoms of just kicking back.
Oh.
Do you know how much money I've spent on like sugary coffee beverages in the last month? No way. You too?
I bought like caramel lattes this year.
Like every day.
Like, what? I'm religious about black coffee.
Right, but it's not
and
even.
I bought sugary milk coffee.
Right, what we're doing is same.
Like milkshake coffee. Like
that's like part of my routine.
It's more of a McFlurry than it is a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
And it's from Starbucks.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I've been on that as well. And we're deluding ourselves saying like, oh, it's just a little bit bad because it's still coffee, which is conducive to success. Shut the fuck up. No, you're drinking a milkshake.
No. You're right, yeah.
It's senioritis. I think we have to address that and say that, like, you only get senioritis once. So,
Sure.
I've enjoyed it a little bit.
Sure.
But if we're going to do what we want to do, we have to have those, powerful habits.
Yeah, and I also think, at least for me, I'm being a little hard on myself because I'm still getting stuff done. I'm still doing productive things. It's just like, as the people we are, we need to be habitual.
Yeah.
It just even if things are going well for us, when we're not waking up on time, when we're not being in the gym, those are like huge things that are conducive to our mental well-being. And when those habits aren't there, we just don't feel high on life anymore. You know what I mean? Even if I am making the coolest project I've ever made, even if you are doing Chicago Fire.
You've described what the past 4 to 6 weeks have been for me.
Okay.
Part of it is just the sort of the absence of opportunity I've seen just very recently.
Dude, but you're saying absence of opportunity. You were just on an
I know,
episode of
and
Chicago
that's
Fire.
awesome. For me though, that's really cool, and I'm really grateful for all that. It's a little upsetting just because I know that something as awesome as that brilliant opportunity was, that's not going to come again for logistically a long time.
Who knows? Dude,
you never know. That's right.
A month before you got that audition, or
let's
you
see.
got
Well,
that
let's
role,
think about that.
A month before you got the role, would you have predicted that role would come around?
I was a month before that. I was doing pretty well, or I felt pretty good about it because I was working on the web series, So that's coming out pretty soon. I don't know when. That's going to be a really low key thing though.
Okay.
You remember I shot a web
Yeah,
series
yeah.
at the end of last year?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. And it should be pretty. It's going to be really cool, I think.
Yeah.
For a web series, but it'll be on. I know what network it's going to be on. Just an online platform for Chicago-based web series.
Okay.
I've looked into it a little bit. I don't know when it's going to drop, but hopefully soon because it's going to be awesome. So there's that. But like, I just it's going to happen. Here's the thing. I have been working a lot. Like working.
Yeah.
I work at Brown Cow.
Yeah.
I teach. I babysit. And I've been working. Like I made.
Yeah.
I was working all day yesterday.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say, because I think this is a problem I don't have that you do. When things aren't, like metaphorically for you, like when the views aren't going up and it looks like they're going down, and I just had a really nice break and now it's like I should be, you want to be doing better, but you went back to pretty much where you were. You have to be able to be comfortable in that
Absolutely.
position.
That's spot on. Because
Mentally,
that's going to happen forever.
Yeah,
here's the thing. I don't know if there's I'm worried that there's an explanation for it that I don't know about.
Dude, that's another thing.
There could be, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, there could. This roof could fall on us.
No, come on.
But this is what anything can. You have to understand, like, be able to accept the fact that there is no answer. There's no concrete answer. There's a million different things going.
Mm-hmm.
Like the world is.
That's so true.
The world is moving around you right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Constant chaos.
It's just what's happening.
Right.
Like it's not like anyone has it out for you.
Right.
Or like you didn't
Right.
do well.
Right.
There's just like so many things that you have zero control.
That's
Your
the whole
hands
thing.
haven't touched
That's
them.
the whole thing. Which
So,
is why
yeah.
it's super important that when you do have control for the very little.
You kill it.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't give up what you have control of.
Right.
Which is how good you are as a person, right? How you look, your marketability.
Elaborate on that.
I need to look good.
Oh, okay. So okay. Like,
That's what I have control over. So
When
if
you
I'm not
have the moment,
if I'm not
yeah.
taking advantage of that at all times, I'm not doing everything I can. That's been the main echoing thought throughout my head for the last few weeks.
That's
It's like
so you don't have control.
it's like I'm not taking advantage of what I do have control of. I'm not fully taking care of myself. I'm being, an average 18-year-old.
Yeah, because I think the underlying thought there is when it's time to get back into gear, I can do it.
Yes.
It's just like
I can.
I don't want to right now.
I don't want to
Can I
because
tell you-
nothing's happening.
I honestly, and I said this to you before, I think there's some seasonal stuff going on. I think I see it in everyone. Like, if you just look at people's Finstas, it's all like sad stuff.
That's crazy,
On their
man.
story, like
Do
I
you know how
noticed it
pissed
last-
I'm gonna be? You know how pissed I'm gonna be if you've been right this whole time.
I'm telling you, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're only halfway through the tunnel. But every winter, I feel how I feel right now. I have some crazy anxiety for no explainable reason, and then I hope and pray that it's just seasonal anxiety because that means it's gonna end, and then it does end. But while it's happening,
It sucks.
it sucks.
You know what I think is more likely for me personally?
Okay.
Seasonal, but not for the winter reasons. I don't really have too much of a problem with
No.
winter. Our lives, as much as I care to deny it, it does revolve around school. Because as much school as I miss, and I do miss quite a lot, too much school, right?
Okay.
It's still my daily routine. I'm a student full time, right?
Interesting.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Even if I miss Monday through Friday. That's what I'm doing, right? And this is the time of the school year where it sucks the most because it's halfway pretty much.
Yeah.
January to March
And
is the worst time it's the worst third.
I think it's seasonal, Josh, because we can't go outside.
Well, that's the season.
Yeah,
That's why
but,
it sucks
But
so
it's
much.
not like oh the sun is not out. It's that you and I are always at our best. Like for me, it's like I daily vlogged this summer. For you, it was like you had a nicer routine and like. More
Summer
stuff
was
going
tough for
on.
me.
Really?
This summer was tough for
Interesting.
me because I didn't have enough going on.
Okay.
I had no structure. I can't think of a time when things were going super smoothly for a consistent basis.
I
and
don't think
was
they
enjoying
ever
it.
do. I think there's moments of time when they do, and it feels like they do, but then that's over, and it's like, what's the next challenge? Like
That's
as
true.
humans, we seek challenge.
Right. So that's why I'm super excited for next year.
Yeah.
Because
It's gonna be a thrill ride.
I know, dude, for real.
Like every single thing that we have been used to for the past 13 years.
Yeah.
Like that's
going away.
That's almost 75% of our. That's like 75% of our life.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to change like dramatically.
Completely.
Even more for you because you're gonna live away from your family.
Yeah, I'll be downtown.
Yeah, so
which
like,
is gonna be so nice. Like I'm hyped. I'm really excited for college.
I think, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm kind of nervous.
Why?
Because I'm just paranoid. That's just how
like,
I am. That's the state of mind I'm in.
It's good to be nervous though about this. You know what I'm most nervous about?
I'm optimistic.
Doing laundry. That's what I'm most nervous about.
That's
because dude, I'm afraid I'm gonna like just get caught up with other things and forget.
It's 10
forever.
minutes.
I know. It's not. But
I'll
like,
text you.
That's there. Yeah, please. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you text me?
You'll just get a text. Do your laundry.
All right, bet. And then I will.
That's funny.
Oh man, it's gonna be a blast though.
Yeah, but and I've talked to social workers recently at the school, and she's told me she notices like juniors and seniors, this is like the worst time of year for them.
Yeah.
Like for her personally, like she sees them all the time this time of year because
it's just dreary.
And it's just like so. I mean, I think you and I have it a little bit better because we enjoy the discomfort and the growth that comes with discomfort. But a lot of people, I just think the way society conditions people like to avoid failure. So a lot of people are afraid of discomfort and failure. And so like they're comfortable in this system of middle school and high school because it's pretty much the same exact thing.
Sure. Yeah, it is.
But it's gonna be so different, and people like are realizing that, and they're gonna have to start going out in the real world. So I think it's like
shout out Disrupt Education.
Facts, but I just think it's like a scary time to be alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's so many factors. Like
it sucks.
Yeah.
And I think it would really say a lot about us if in 6 months over the summer we'd be able to say, yeah, that was the time of year where we started building habits that we have today and that are helping us today.
So that's...
Yeah. You know what? Back to the fitness thing, I've been making, like, excuses why not to do it.
Really?
That are so weak, and I know they're weak, but it's like, wow, I'm really just trying to not do this.
Yeah.
So there's also the element of having to eliminate bad habits and not just, like hoping that the good habits replace the bad ones. Bad habits being excuse making.
I think fitness will reteach you how to do that.
It really should.
Like for a week, dude, you're not going to want to do it. And then somewhere in that week, you'll start to get back into it.
I just have to you know what we should do? Huh. This is so cringe. I can't believe I'm about to say this. But it might actually work. It's crazy enough it might work. Is make like a visual that includes everything that could ever possibly get you excited to do what you're about to do.
Just like write it all down.
Like a mood board kind of. Or a vision board. You know people do that?
No.
They will literally take a poster board or a canvas or something and put pictures of where they want to be in the future. So they can literally visualize it.
Huh.
It's an old trick. I don't remember. It's a cliche
if
now.
You wanna...
Vision board, but I feel like it might work. For me, it's
a way of visualization.
Like honestly, you know what gets me really hyped is like movie scenes where characters are training. You know, that I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Because there's so much story involved with it.
I used to eat that up.
Not like Rocky. I'm not talking about Rocky.
I know what you mean.
Like
even YouTube.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Influencers are working out. Yeah.
It's like you want that emotion. So if we can find a way to summon that at 6 a.m, most inconvenient time for it.
I'm not on that wave.
You're not?
I got it.
So you're okay.
Ideally for me, it'd be like wake up, make the coffee, do some type of cardio. Because cardio, you can just kind of go on pilot mode, and sweat.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It works. You know what I mean? So maybe go on a run on this treadmill right here.
Right. That's true.
If I have a punching bag, which I hope to have, that'll be like over the summer. But just go outside, hit that a little bit.
Yeah. Or shadow, whatever you have.
Then drink coffee, go wait a little bit,
Mhm.
and then do some like resistance training, so
Mhm.
like weights or something.
Right.
But like
I
once I'm awake,
I would do that as well. The truth, I just don't have that kind of time in the morning.
That's for me. It's just get up early. But also, that's like what I want to do in the summer. Right now, I just want to like get up early, make the coffee, go to school, work out after school. Like if I can get that every day.
Yeah,
like,
and I would do that. I just would not. Right now, I'm not able to stick to that.
Yeah.
Because after school, I'm done. Except for other responsibilities I may have, like for work or stuff. But outside of that, so I finished school at 1:30, 1:20.
That's so.
I finished school. Yeah. And I still can't work out at that time. It's not. I'd rather get it in the morning and then just rely on that.
And just do it.
Potentially just forever. Have that habit there. But then what that means though is that's like 30 to 40 minutes, and that's it. But every single day. You know what I mean? Because that adds up to the same amount of time as like an hour and a half workout 3 times a week.
Yeah, I see where you're. Because I understand the.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to like. One day off can throw you completely out of bounds. Like for you, I've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely. If I were to do 7 days a week of like, moderate intensity bodyweight training, like that's a habit that is sustainable.
Yeah.
When it's been practiced.
True.
And that's kind of what I'm excited for that tomorrow. And the question is,
you gonna do it?
How am I gonna get that level of excitement right upon waking up?
Well, be excited about today, and
Yeah.
then just.
I
think you'll have it.
It
tomorrow.
won't. No, it does not carry over overnight.
Really?
I know that. I know
me,
for a fact it does not.
Okay.
Because I can wake up and it's going to be earlier than I want to get up. Probably 6. Wake up at 6. I'd say that's fair.
Well, dude, do it and then realize how good you feel during the day.
Yes,
And
that's
that'll
gonna happen.
excite you. Like
Over time, but still, I'd say for the first week, I'm gonna have to create that motivation. Like the emotional motivation. I'm gonna have to find a way to create that first thing.
play some like.
It's gonna be.
mode or something.
Well, geez, Louise, that would put me back to sleep.
Sicko mode?
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I would cringe myself back to sleep if I was listening to Sicko Mode first thing in the morning.
I don't have that effect with that song, but anyway, yeah.
For me, but yeah, I mean, it sure is. It wouldn't be like.
Well, because
I don't know what it would
you
be.
haven't seen it live.
Yeah, facts. That's,
Every time I hear that song, I go back to that place in United Center when he played that, and I was like,
well, yeah, you are a mega fan. You're an ultra fan.
I said it on Instagram. I'm going to make a video for him one day. That's like the pinnacle. Remember the last podcast we talked about the end point?
Yeah.
That's it right there. Like,
really?
no, but like,
I got you.
there's like a few just bucket list things.
Mm-hmm.
One is like make an ad for like Nike or Adidas.
Okay.
A
Well,
lot of stuff for
that's not
UIC.
going to be possible.
Oh yeah, well.
It won't be. You
No.
can't make an ad for Nike. You know how many people are involved
Well,
with that?
be like the head of it. Like they come to me, type of thing.
They won't.
Josh. Yes, it will. I
They won't.
visualized it.
I'm
It's
telling.
gonna happen.
No, I'm shutting you down. I'm just kidding. But I see what you mean, though.
I mean,
So, dude, does that mean you're going to go into marketing?
yeah,
You are.
yeah. But
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna have
become
my own thing.
A corporate. I mean, you're just going to be an ad guy, which is dope. That's dope. I can see you doing that.
Like Thuzy Productions.
Oh.
I'm on that building.
So
that
okay,
way,
so Thuzy is like eventually going to be a production company,
yeah.
like a full that like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, Thuzy. So it was Jake Fine Videos. That's what I started it as.
Right.
But I don't want it to be about me necessarily. I want to be the head of it, but I don't want it to be the face of it. So like.
Well, because there are people like people who make music videos for artists.
Yeah, like a Dave Chappelle or Dave whatever.
Yeah, I know who you're
Dave
talking.
Chappelle.
Sure, yeah.
He made one
Dave
of
Chappelle.
Oh, that was funny.
No, yeah, but they're like they're like brand names.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like their name.
Yeah. I don't
Which
know.
is what I could have seen you doing that, but I respect it. Thuzy, it's like
Well,
that's
I
like a
want to
bigger
build a
picture
team.
kind of thing.
I want to build a team.
You want the team.
Yeah. I want to be the creative and then have a team like that can make it easy for me to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.